Ooh, that's loud.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
You're too loud.
I can even hear the rain.
Yeah, everything's louder. Isn't that funny? I think they moved this up a little bit.
Oh, maybe. Can you guys hear the rain?
Boy, I can hear the rain. I like that sound.
I know.
I
like it at night when I'm sleeping because I feel like it means... Sometimes I feel guilty for sleeping at night because I have so much to do. But when it's raining, I feel less guilty for sleeping. Like, it's okay, Emily. It's raining. You couldn't be out there mowing the lawn or whatever anyhow. So I sleep better when it's raining.
Yeah.
I feel at peace with the fact that I'm sleeping.
I felt that last night so much. More than usual. I don't know why.
Yeah, I did too.
Maybe there was something mixed in with the rain last night.
Like drugs?
Yeah. Like drugs, not drugs, but something similar.
Oh dear, we're going to have to watch it today now that we have little people in the studio.
Yeah,
Do you want to say hi, Ira?
Hi.
I have Ira and Eli in here with me today.
The whole world listening.
Yes, the whole world is listening.
Yeah, and today it was very busy when I got here. I get here early, and usually there's nobody here, but this morning we had
Studio full.
a veritable party happening because Courtney's schedule has shifted, so her show is now before ours. And Josh was here, or he maybe still is. I don't know.
I know. It was very odd to... A little tiny person greeted us at the top of the stairs.
Yeah, so you got to be kind of ready for anything in life.
Mm-hmm.
It's always a good practice to just be on your toes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, the rain is making up for the fact that there's no screaming children downstairs today at the daycare. They're all inside because of the rain.
Yeah, yeah. Gosh. Well, we can't fall asleep. We have to do our radio show. You're kind of got that look in your eye like you just want to float back and take a break. But
it was a hectic morning.
Yeah. How was your week? I wanted to just ask you straight up, how was your week?
It was stressful because we have a wedding coming up at our wedding venue next weekend, and the parking field that we have for people also doubles as it's one of our hay fields. So if we don't get it hayed before a wedding happens, we have to mow it anyway because people can't park in a tall hay field. You've got to get the hay down. So if we are unable to hay it ahead of time, then it's a whole wasted field. So we said, all right, here we have a few days. We're going to get this hay in.
Wow, did you anticipate that conflict when you set up your wedding
kind
business?
of. And we thought it would be okay. But, you can't. Mother Nature has its own mind, so you can't sometimes always get everything done when you need to. And not only does Mother Nature have its own mind, but your equipment does as well. And so we went to start the John Deere and it's broken. So we have a guy come and the parts are on hold that he's ordered for it. So it's not going to work. So then my brother-in-law brought over a tractor, which was super nice of him. But of course, the tractor's not compatible to any of the attachments that we have for hanging, like the mowing machine. Only is compatible to an old, 100-year-old John Deere.
Can I just ask you a question? The John Deere guy who came over, he does house calls.
This one does. I don't know. He's not a John Deere guy. He's just an old tractor guy, and our tractors are really old.
Oh.
Some guy named Bernie. He's really nice, but since our tractor is old, the parts had to be ordered, and they're not here yet.
I see.
So then,
you didn't even hay any.
I did when you were at school.
You didn't help.
Yeah, he means the part that is everyone's least favorite of picking up the bales. I was not home when that happened, but anyway. So that stuff's all broken, and we can't hook anything up to Matt's, my brother-in-law's tractor. So then our neighbor brings over a tractor. Whew, it's compatible. John is able... No, that's not what happened. The neighbor comes over. It's the same neighbor who's actually building my barn floor right now, and he sees that we're inept farmers, so he's always bailing us out. So he just brings his tractor and mow over and mows the entire field. Super sweet. And then we go to TED it, which is the next step. And basically the tedder explodes. I don't know how that can happen because there's nothing like explodable in it, but the little box of gear things just like exploded.
Wow.
So that's broken. So then the neighbor brings over his horses and rake and rakes it with the horses, which is super nice. And then John somehow manages to fix this tedder rake thing so that it's like partially turning. And then John goes out and rakes the entire field by hand with a hand rake. And then just zooms the baler, which the only thing that is not broken was the baler. Zooms the baler around, gets the hay in. Well, the kids and John got the hay in while I was at work.
I see.
And the neighbors.
So John,
guilty.
He raked it into rows?
Yeah.
Is that what he did?
Yeah, a whole field's worth.
Gosh, that reminds me of... I was going to talk
Farmer
about...
Boy, Little House on the Prairie.
No, I was just going to talk about using hand tools instead of weed whackers.
Oh, our weed whacker just broke too. And our riding lawnmower, the belt just went bling.
Oh.
And I'm like, I have to mow this wedding
Yeah,
site.
that's the thing about weddings.
I don't even want to tell the neighbor who's at our house all the time because he's working on the barn floor. I don't want to tell him that things broke because then I feel like he's just going to go and get his own stuff and come and help us. And I'm feeling so guilty and like we're the most incompetent like screwballs ever that our neighbor has to keep coming and saving us.
Yeah, you just have to bake a lot of pies or something.
My oven's broken.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
What if he's listening to this?
He's not. He's working on the barn.
He's too busy to listen to
He's too busy taking care of my farm.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Well, I mean, in case anybody just is wondering what the heck is going on here at the radio station, you're listening to 11th Hour Radio.
Yeah, I forgot about what.
Yeah, this is 11th Hour Radio on a rainy day, and we've got a whole crew here, and we're ensconced.
Yep.
We're settling in for the whole hour of talking about stuff. That's what we do. We talk about stuff, and it's great. It's fun.
That's Kristina. I'm Emily.
Mm-hmm.
We have to talk about our sponsors.
This is Ira.
And Ira. And Eli's over there minding his own business with his Tintin books and whatnot.
I'm going to let you talk about the sponsors if you want to, just because I did it last week and I feel like I went off the rails.
I'll just thank them. We have the Vermont Grease Collective, yeah?
Yep.
We have... No, Ira, you're not one of our sponsors.
Howville Farm.
You have some money you want to give us? Howville Farm. And we have Mountain Folk. And they are kind enough to sponsor our show. Or crazy. We don't know.
Yeah. So today's theme was plant growth, not personal growth.
Oh, good. I'm feeling very unable to personally grow right now.
Well, I thought maybe if we sort of approached it backwards and we tricked ourselves that we could encroach on some of those topics without actually thinking that we were doing it. You know, sometimes you have to approach things from the corner of your eye. Mm-hmm. Just
that's how you can see stars when they first come out. If you look straight at them, you can't see them. But
That's
you can see them out of the corner of your eye.
Yeah, so we're going to take a peripheral view of personal growth today, starting with plant growth and the efficacy of using scissors to do weed whacking, which is what I did last week. I used scissors, and if you don't want to use scissors, you can use a bread knife.
I'm going to have to use some heavy duty. We have some heavy duty scissors that are meant for snipping.
Yeah, it actually
kind of stuff.
it makes it look way nicer than a weed whacker does.
Yeah, a weed whacker kind of just tears a juicy swath.
And people always think that weed whackers are faster, but when you count up all the time that you spend fixing the weed whacker, you're not going to have to fix your scissors. You just go at it. You just have to.
You kind of get a cramp in your hand, though.
Maybe because professionally I use clippers and scissors all the time, so my hands are pretty strong. But I did find it did quite a huge area.
I almost strain my thumb after a little while of clipping with scissors.
Yeah, I do have a little sore spot right here.
Yep,
because I did 4 days of gardening professionally this week on top of working at home, so it was a little excessive
on her thumb.
Yeah, but I did make a discovery this week.
What?
I discovered that West Barnet is different than Barnet.
Yes, it is. It's its own little town.
Well, how do you know that?
Because my friend Brenna is from there.
She is?
Yeah.
She lives right there?
Right there. You know where that round barn is?
No, I just been to it for the first time last weekend.
Well, her road is on the left, right after the round barn.
What? I know where the round barn is.
Not the Tunbridge one. This is a different one.
There's also one in Waitsfield.
Yes.
Yeah, I wonder how many round barns in Vermont.
Oh, I know this.
You do? You know a statistic?
I do, and I've forgotten it.
I've seen 2.
You've seen 2 round barns?
Yes.
There's one at Shelburne Museum too.
Oh,
there's one up that road that goes to that
Whitney Hill.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Whitney Hill.
That's the Tunbridge. That's the Tunbridge's round barn.
That's right. So anyway, I thought that I knew where Barnet was. Well, actually, I did know where it was.
Is that the one close? Barnet is the one on this side of St. Johnsbury, right?
Well, they're both on this side.
Right, but one is
one's closer to us.
One's the one that you come to first.
When you're going from Peacham.
Right.
Yeah, so I knew how to get to Peacham, which is a great drive because it's all the back roads. You go through East Corinth, and then you go up through East Topsom, and then you get to
It's kind of close to Groton, yep.
And then you go up to Peacham, and then you bang a right.
There's a bog, Peacham Bog.
I love that place.
I know you love bogs.
I do love bogs. I totally love bogs. And so you bang a right, and the first town you get to
How come you bang a right and you hang a Louis? Who made that up?
It's a figure of speech.
I know. I'm just asking why.
Well, he's right.
Who do you think made that up?
We don't know.
Was it you, Ira?
No.
Okay. We've cleared that up. It's good to clear things up and get on the right track.
Bang a right.
For Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
So, then I got to West Barnet. I got totally confused because I was under the impression that I had arrived in the correct town where I was having having a gig. Well, but I was, you see. I hadn't checked. Here's what happens is that your directions that came to you via email or Facebook are on your cell phone, and when you get to West Barnet
then
to
it doesn't
check
work.
Yeah, so we actually the next thing that you do strategically is you drive up the highest hill that you can see, and you try to hope and pray that you can get some cell phone reception, and then maybe you can figure out where you have to go. I did get there
Or you can stop and ask at a general store or something.
Well, here's what happened. We turned on this back road, because we needed to pull over and take a pee. But of course, right when we're doing that, this guy comes along in a pickup truck, right? Because guys always...
Yeah, you can't pee without a guy in a pickup truck showing up.
As soon as you head off into the woods...
It's like they've got pee sensors built into their dashboard or something.
That's right. And they slow down. They got to go 5 miles an hour because they want to figure out what's going on. And
don't they know by now?
Well,
we're just peeing.
The thing is, there's pros and cons to it because on the one hand, if you were actually broken down, you'd appreciate those guys that slow down.
I don't know. I'm sort of scared of guys who slow down.
Well, not if you're. I had a friend with me who was a guy. So in that case, I figured he'd handle the guy-to-guy talk, the man-to-man talk. Because
and you'd handle the peeing.
Yeah, I would just run off and let the men chat. And so it turned out it's this guy named Barry who knew Crystal, and he said, okay, you got to go back up this hill. So
he knew where you were supposed to be going.
Yeah, he knew exactly. He knew the people that we were visiting, and he told us to go up the hill, and then we got cell phone reception, which at that point we didn't really need, but then we came back into town. We took a left and a right, but we still had to ask one more person. For some reason, it just was a little more confusing than we thought.
Man. But you played.
Yeah, we played.
Was there lots of people?
Yeah, it was kind of packed, yep.
That's cool. You haven't live gigged in a while.
Well, I was just playing guitar.
So?
That's,
no just about it.
No, we played, I think, 5 songs, 4 or 5.
Cool.
But it was fun. She did great.
Nice.
She did great, my singer, songwriter.
Awesome.
So that's the big adventure. So anyway, I did figure out later this morning when I looked at the map that Barnet was where I thought it was, which is over by the Connecticut River.
Yep.
So that confusion just is now straightened out.
Excellent.
Very, very well. Yeah. So,
sitting down feels good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was so rushing around this morning because it's the first day of summer vacation. Yesterday was the last day of school. And I was all excited because I said, oh my God, I don't have to get up early and make school lunches and drag the children by a foot out of the bed every morning and yell and yell and yell and yell.
Does Ira have to get dragged out of bed?
Ira's pretty good. It's that other one over there.
It's Eli?
Yep.
Yes, does he actually physically get dragged?
Sometimes he physically has to get.
What appendage do you
get his ankles
grab?
And pull really hard, but he weighs more than me now, so I can only budge him a couple inches.
Can you kind of slide him off the bed onto the floor?
Yeah, if you kind of liquefy them and pull them and they sort of tumble down.
There's a technique to do it so you don't actually hurt them.
Right.
But you just slide them down.
Yeah, well, you hit their feet down first, so that if they have any presence of mind, they will stand up. But by the time the rest of them come.
Well, yeah, they can stand up and get back in bed. That's the problem.
Ira, I usually get his socks on him while he's still asleep. Start pulling up his pants while he's still asleep. And then he gets irritated.
Wow.
Mom, I can do this. And then he gets up.
So you just have to get them angry.
Yep.
And they'll get up.
My dad he would call a couple times, and then he would start the threats of random things. There were always something that, like, an older brother would do to you, like, I'm going to dump this cup of cold water on your head now. And then he really kind of would, so we got up. But I don't want to dump a cup of cold water on their head because then their bed's going to be all wet, and I'm going to have to change it. That's the things that dads don't think about. Like, he probably didn't care if the bed was all wet because then the mom would go and change the bed.
Well, he
There's
knew
some sexist behavior exhibited by my parents.
But he wouldn't have had to actually pour the water.
No, I don't think he ever did. I think he mostly kind of flicked it and then...
Well, you position the glass and you pretend that you're going to pour it.
No, I think he really did pour it a time or two, but...
Okay.
I don't really recall.
Good for Butch.
Yeah.
Love that. Love that about Butch. Yeah.
Why are you tapping my microphone?
So there was an ad on Facebook today that said, find gear of every kind for Carhartt Dad.
Carhartt Dad? That's his new label?
Carhartt Dad. You know?
It's Father's Day soon.
Yeah, exactly. So they're trying to, it's a little consumerism. They're going to try to get you to buy something for the Carhartt Dad. And I was just contemplating, like, why did I get that ad? Well, I think I got that ad because I Googled Carhartt the other day.
I sometimes forget how many T's there are when I'm typing it, so I do Google the word just to see if Carhartt has 2 R's or 2 T's. It's something funky.
And so when you Google stuff, then Facebook remembers what you Googled, and then they bring you ads related to what you Googled. So be careful what you Google. And I never, ever click on those ads in Facebook. Because if I actually I'm interested in something, I'll just go to my browser that doesn't track me, and I'll
You have a browser that doesn't track you?
Yeah. DuckDuckGo.
I thought all browsers track you.
No, there's some that don't.
I think I have a bobby pin actually stabbing into my brain right now. Ow.
Really?
Yep.
That's sad.
It's so sad.
Can you feel it in your brain?
Yep.
Ow.
Wow. That's what you get for being a girl and having to wear girly
I had
stuff.
my
Like,
hat pinned
you know,
to my
if
head
I had to
yesterday.
wear a bobby pin, yeah, I would die.
What, you've never
I
worn
would
a
die.
bobby pin?
I would die first before I had to wear a
What
bobby pin.
people don't know about
anymore.
bobby pins is, and this is very important, people, everyone has been using them wrong all these years. The bumpy side, the short side, goes down.
No,
goes
I didn't know
closest to your
that.
head. You don't put it
Why?
the other way.
Why?
Because it grips better that way.
With the rubber tips.
A while ago in here, I got a toothpick stabbed into my hand.
Man.
In here,
Yes, in here.
Right in this room, you got
it's-
stabbed.
it's often pretty gross in here. Who puts their
but
used toothpicks on the
toothpicks.
ground? Yuck.
I brought one of those
Oh.
umbrellas, miniature umbrellas.
Oh, you did it?
Oh.
It was an umbrella with like a toothpick.
A cocktail umbrella.
Sure, of course. Because you want to be able to stick it in a sandwich or something, right? So it has
No.
to be sharp.
It was raining before, so
Oh,
I brought it, and it was miniature.
Oh, for small people to get under to protect you from the rain. I get it.
And I
Okay.
stabbed it into my hand.
Sure.
Well, those things can be very dangerous.
Well, you know what I did?
That's why they go in adults' cocktail drinks.
What I didn't say about weed whacking with scissors and bread knives and serrated sickles was you can, by accident, cut
Sickle
yourself.
yourself.
So I did actually cut myself pretty bad.
No.
I mean, I was copiously bleeding, but I went and I smushed it really hard, like it was on my thumb. So I immediately smushed it super hard to try to get as much blood out as I could.
No,
And-
you don't try to smush it to get as much blood out as you could.
No, you do. You're kind of cleansed.
Are you making a tourniquet?
Yeah, kind
Have
of.
you had a tetanus shot lately? You're gonna have lockjaw, Kristina. You're not gonna be able to talk on the radio because you're gonna be like, and then I have got lockjaw and I
You're
can't
s-
speak anymore.
You're such a downer, Debbie Downer. Yeah. So anyway, I have been waiting all week to wear these pants because I can't wear them
Are
gardening.
they your Carhartt dad pants?
Yeah, but they're the oldest pair that I have, which is always the best. The
'Cause
ones
they're
that are
finely
super-
soft.
Yeah, they're so soft.
The
and-
Carhartts are so stiff.
But you know, the problem with these pants is that I can't wear them gardening because now with the tick problem, they're not tight enough at the
Yes.
bottom. So
Well,
I
you
think
can
the
tuck 'em
ticks
into
are
your
all
socks,
gonna-
but
I'm
I
not
just
going to
don't
tuck them
do
into my
that.
socks. Are you kidding?
I wear knee socks all the time.
Yeah, I don't. I just wear tall boots. Like I have these canvas boots that come about halfway up my calf, and they're like sneakers and boots.
You know what you might like instead of Carhartts? And John wears Carhartts, but his favorite pants are Arborwear pants.
Ooh.
They're the same material as Carhartts, but they have like the pleats and the gussets in them are all in all different places because they're meant for people who are like climbing trees and so are bending their body more. Carhartts are
Little
just
stiff.
like if you get the Carhartts out of your washing machine and you can practically stand them up by themselves. They're like a little stiff statue of Carhartt pants. But Arborwear are more curved because they're meant for people who are very active.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'll look that up.
So for like squatting down and
I'll
stuff, I think they
definitely
would be
look
good.
that up. Yeah. All right.
We have to play music, don't
Yeah,
we?
we do. We've got a song here called Carbon Neutral. So here we go.
Okay.
I don't think that I would go if I knew that I could not show that I have done no harm to her. I plant my feet, my trip is pure. The big airplanes leave carbon streaks across the sky, across the peaks, but not for me. I cleaned it up. My trip is carbon neutral. Carbon neutral. Carbon neutral. Carbon neutral if you leave. I don't think that I would go over there or down below. Then I found I could repent, so I keep taking and I pay my rent. They use my money to plant a tree or create some further efficiency. I don't know, don't really economy, but the same disease that makes the sludge makes us think we are the judge who hands out permits for our sins, that makes us think we are carbon neutral, carbon neutral, carbon neutral, if you please. Carbon neutral, carbon neutral, carbon neutral, if you please.
We're going to fade them out. That's Don't Call Betty. That's okay. We didn't need you anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I am so hungry.
Oh
I'm
my
not.
God, we are too.
Are you hungry?
Yeah, we were actually going to go to Chelsea 108 and get some lunch afterward. Do you want to
Really?
do that?
I'm not
Perhaps.
hungry.
I am.
Couldn't
I'm
you-
never hungry.
Wait a minute.
you
Couldn't
are.
you be hungry if you wanted to be?
What if like an hour from now
In a few minutes.
you'll be hungry?
You don't want French
Probably.
fries?
I want French fries.
Okay.
You don't have to be hungry.
Well,
to
you
want
can't.
French
You
fries.
can't be.
What, Eli? Yeah.
You can't be hungry unless you actually think of something that you want to eat.
That's
But as soon
true.
as you think of something that you want to eat, you might be hungry.
Like
right?
ice cream?
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I had ice cream last night.
Wow. We didn't.
Yeah,
We didn't
which
have
I
ice cream
don't
last night.
eat it very much, but
I'm
I
a
did.
little bummed because our favorite ice cream spot is Will's store in Chelsea. And they're
Yeah?
about to start today, I think, or maybe tomorrow.
No, the 18th.
The 18th.
The bridge project.
What day is
I am
today?
so worried about the bridge
How are you
project.
gonna get here?
I'm telling you, it's going to be. I'm going to forget. Right? I'm going to forget.
Right, I already
yeah. So
like
you better
kind of half forgot.
You
the other
better
day.
have a backup.
Well, I think you can go Beacon to
Well-
Bobbin Shop, right? I am rubbing your back. Put it.
Well, but they're not. They're doing the other bridge first.
Oh, so how
which-
do you
yeah,
get around
they're-
that one?
Well, it's like 20 minutes each way.
Oh, my
Out of my
God.
way, so I'm kind of freaking out about it.
yeah, I panicked on Wednesday because I'd been seeing those signs, but I was kind of ignoring them because it didn't really matter. But the kids have just started taking fencing lessons in Barrie, and we're always late running to anything that we do. And we came into the village, and I started seeing the flashing signs saying that the bridge was going to be out. And I didn't know what the day was because I never know what the day is. And I started to freak out because we were already late. And I said, oh, my God, we're never going to get there. And the instructor's very much of a stickler for punctuality.
Oh, yeah.
So now I've got to, luckily,
You'll have
they
to,
weren't shut yet.
you have to figure it out. It's I think the 18th to the 30th.
I'm just going to have to go down and take the
And
interstate.
I hope they're doing both bridges in that
They're
period.
not. They're not. They're going to do one, and then they're going to stop so that they can have the Chelsea flea market because there's so much traffic that goes through there.
Well,
then.
you
and
know,
then they're going to do the other.
Here's what I think.
What? But then we won't be able to get to Will's store
Here-
for ice cream.
Here's the thing.
What will I do?
Is that the rivers are so low
Oh,
in
we
the
can just
summer.
drive
we
over
could just
them.
drive through the river.
yeah,
Why
let's
don't
do
they
that.
just route it through the river? I bet there's some neighbors that don't want us to do that.
When I was a kid and our bridge was out at the bottom of my parents' road, it's a really long way to go up top of Foundry, come all the way back down Stratford Road, and our school was like a half or quarter mile from our house. It's just we had to
Yeah,
go across this bridge,
yeah,
and the bridge was
yeah.
out because they were replacing it. So my dad would just take us to the bottom of the hill, and then he would get us in our backpacks, and he would wade across the river with us on his back, and we'd be at school. It was
Yeah.
easier than driving like the 25 minutes all the way around.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah, I wish they would just let us drive through the First Branch River there.
ford the river, just like in
I'd-
the old days.
I'd do
with,
it.
with our covered wagons.
So
There's someone outside that I think might be listening to us in an orange Land Rover.
I saw that. I saw that vehicle.
I
That
don't see
vehicle
any
was in
orange
front
Land
of
Rover.
me. It's way over there. You can't
It's
see it.
behind that tree.
It's got a lot of bumper stickers on the back. I know because I was driving behind it on Route 110. And I hope that, you know how sometimes you're driving in your car and you smell a bad smell and you panic because you think your car is about to
it's
catch
usually,
on fire?
And I try to justify it quickly, like, oh, I think it was that old truck that I just passed.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that it was that orange Land Rover that was making that smell. I think it was. So, but
you
I
can only hope.
haven't investigated it yet. But I do want to talk about pressing flowers just for a minute.
Oh yeah, it's getting to be that season for you.
Yeah, but the thing with
We gotta get our flower press out. I just saw it. I just tripped on it in the hall.
the thing with pressing flowers is that it's sort of like the grasshopper and the ant. You're not going to get the benefit of the pressed flower until like winter time. Because you gotta press it. So you gotta think ahead when the flowers are blooming. You gotta pick them and press them and then put them away. See, so it's a little bit hard psychologically.
Well, how long does it take?
No, it takes a while. It really does take because
I thought it was just like a couple days.
Well, I mean, it takes a while to actually pick them and pick them and place them into the flower press carefully, so that when you take them out,
You put wax paper.
they're
in
not screwed
or
up.
something. Like
No,
what?
no,
They just have their own.
No,
the
you put
press
them
has its own
construction
thing.
paper because you want the moisture to be
Just
drawn
sucked
off.
up by something.
Yeah,
right.
because you're trying to dry them actually.
It's true. If you use
But-
wax paper, they'd probably mold.
Exactly. Yeah, so I have this wooden flower press that I bought from Smith, or my mom actually bought it for me from Smith and Hawken so many years ago. But I was curious this morning about flower presses and about that particular wooden kind of flower press that Smith and Hawken used to make. So I Googled it to see if you could still buy it. And it turns out there were some listed on Etsy and eBay. And
I don't know what brand ours is. I mean, it's square. It's like the size of it's like bigger than a pot holder.
Yeah, that's different. I know.
And then it has lots of layers in it that you can
And it
put the
has
things in,
screws-
and 4 screws in the corners.
Yeah, I have one like that, but this one's kind of different. But they also had one listed on shopgoodwill.com. Have you ever gone there?
Oh my gosh! It's like you can like thrift shop online.
Yeah, I wanted to tell you
Ooh.
because if they have some really cool, it's national. So it's not just a local Vermont one. It's the whole nation of Goodwill stores.
That's nuts.
Yeah, you should check it out. So that was one good discovery that I made. But
It's like eBay. It's
Yeah.
gotta be kind of like
yeah, but there's a whole crafts and hobbies section
Well,
on shopgoodwill.com. So go there. This little advertisement for them. But I really miss Smith and Hawken. And to tell you the truth, all of those wooden flower presses that I saw were gone. Like none of them were available. So I don't think that you find
can you
them very...
make one? Can you have someone custom make you one? That would be cool. Here comes the train.
Yeah, here comes the train. What does Ira have to say about the train?
I can hear it.
Yeah. Does it make you feel kind of excited?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, see? See, Emily?
Yeah,
See?
well, he's 9.
He's normal.
Can I say call some number something?
No,
Sure.
I don't know what you're talking about. What was that noise?
I see my
It's a
uncle.
train.
Cool. I
Listen
see.
to the train. Listen.
I see Grammy. Oh, I see Grammy Jane's car.
Maybe she's trying to catch up with the train. What do you think?
He's gonna chase it.
All right,
She's a
look,
she's a train chaser.
people, come back to the topic.
Okay, all
Let's
right, sorry, go back.
We can only digress so long before we get motion sickness. Okay, so the saga continues here. Smith and Hawken, as it turns out, was bought.
There's something bad.
Yeah, by Scott's Miracle Grow. In 2004, it was bought for
Poison.
$72 million.
Poison?
But the story gets worse.
Company bought flower presses? Why would they do that?
No, they didn't just make flower presses.
Oh,
You don't know Smith and Hawken, do you?
no.
They used to make like high-end, beautiful gardening tools, like with
Oh.
wooden handles, and they used to make
Okay,
beautiful, like kitchen aprons and things that were actually very functional and durable. So gardening coats. It was a gardening catalog, but it had high-quality stuff that you can't find anymore. So the saga continues. The owners, the former owners who actually started the company, said that Scott's couldn't have been a worse corporate owner, unquote. And they asked their friends not to shop there after Scott's purchased the company in 2004. Last thing that I want to
so
say.
if you're going to get one, you have to get one used.
Are they famous?
A little bit.
Kind of.
Guess who bought it? Guess who bought the company in 2010?
Jerry's.
No.
that would have been good, actually.
been
If Ben
good,
and
but I
Jerry
bet
had
it
bought
wasn't.
it. That would be a great
Was it something
idea.
even worse?
Target.
Ooh. Do we have a Target even in the state of Vermont?
Yeah.
Where?
I don't know. I know I've seen them because I wouldn't know what they were if we didn't have it in Vermont. You know, I wouldn't know what a Target is.
No.
I've got a hug from Ben and Jerry's.
How big of a hug? I mean, like a big one?
Yeah.
Wow. It wasn't a hug? What? Eli's correcting the record here.
Older brother cynicism.
Yeah. What was it?
A hug.
Was it like
It was a hug.
a pat on the back? What was it?
It was a hug.
Okay.
I was squished in between both of them.
Wow. Like
That's
an
true.
ice
You were
cream
like,
sandwich.
You were a Ben and Jerry's ice cream sandwich. You were the filling.
Uh-huh.
He was very excited.
I
Yeah.
don't like the outside of one of those ice cream sandwiches from Bob thing.
You don't like the outside?
From Bob? Who's
No.
Bob?
Thingamabob.
Oh, thingamabob. That's a good word.
I love the outside of ice cream sandwiches. I like the outside of ice cream sandwiches better than I like the inside.
Well, they are a little bit like cardboard, but they taste
that
good.
depends.
Well,
mixed with the ice cream.
well,
though.
that's it.
That makes
the
their
ice
taste
cream
really good.
Yeah, the ice cream has to be melting a little bit.
Ira just squeezes them together and then he licks the inside out.
Of course, that's how you do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like to run my tongue along the outside because it melts faster, and then you kind of keep that part down. But then I bite it, the whole thing. That's my technique anyway. For eating
Okay.
ice cream sandwich.
Okay. Sure.
You make a giant mess.
I just put it in a bowl and tear it apart.
Yep, it does.
All right. All right.
That's who that vehicle belongs to, Ira.
The orange Land Rover.
Is that your orange Land Rover, Todd?
That's Garrett.
Garrett?
Garrett.
Garrett.
Oh. This is a small town, isn't it? You see a car on the road and somebody can tell you who it belongs to.
Yep.
I love that.
What's his name? Scared?
Scared.
Not scared.
Oh,
Garrett. That's an unusual name.
I like the fact that there's pretty much just one road from here into Chelsea.
Except for now it's going to be shut. And then how are we going to get our ice cream?
Well, here's the thing is that you become so familiar with your road. Then you get familiar with all the creatures that live on the road. For example,
Do you mean people?
to some extent. There's one house that I pass where there's a collie. You know which one I mean?
Yeah.
I
A
want
mini collie, right?
No, it's kind of normal sized.
Oh, well,
mean, it's
there's
not-
another house that has 2 mini collies.
No, this is
not in Tunbridge.
I think it is Tunbridge. There's
Or-
two.
The Lakens have 2 mini collies. Maybe they only have one now. They were older. Maybe one has passed away.
Or we could all get orange Land Rovers to go
Huh.
where the bridge was.
Sure, and creamsicles.
Yeah.
Do you like creamsicles? You know, the orange ones?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But I do
Cream
want
in
that.
the middle?
Yeah.
There's not. Oh, yeah, there is cream in the middle. It's orange like sherbet on the outside with vanilla ice cream on the
Yeah,
inside, right?
sort of like a collie. I do want.
Just like a collie.
I want
mini.
that. I have to bring the conversation full circle.
Yes.
The reason I brought it up is
Did you
because,
read all the Lassie books when you were little?
Of course I did.
Okay, me too.
I want that dog, and I think that's why I want the dog, because I was so brainwashed as a child by the Lassie books.
I don't think all collies will save you from the well.
How can I get the dog?
You have to. I think most.
eBay.
I don't think you can get collies from eBay. Can you get animals on eBay? I think there's a law
Yeah.
against that. Probably. You could get a stuffed collie maybe on eBay.
I don't want a stuffed animal.
You want a collie for real? They have wicked long hair.
I know they're dumb, but I don't care. I don't even care that they're dumb.
I like dumb dogs. Dumb dogs actually behave. Smart dogs know that they don't have to behave because you can't do anything about it.
Dumb dogs don't eat everything.
Yeah,
Really?
They do.
No?
I think-
They're not smart enough to get up on the counter.
Oh, stealing. They don't steal.
That's true. They are. It's true. Dumb dogs are better behaved. You know what? I love golden retrievers. I love them, and I know a lot of people who only have golden retrievers.
Oh, that's common.
And it's like you have them because every single one of them is just like the last one. Like, so when you sadly lose your old golden retriever, like you can get another one. It's just the same dog.
That's kind of true.
I know.
I
And
mean,
I don't think they're the dumbest, but like they're the sweetest. So they have to be kind of a little bit dumb to be that sweet. Because otherwise, a dog is just like,
Well, except but they're
stupid
emotionally incredibly intelligent.
yeah, yes.
I think that's what they're valued for.
right. But they're
Is
not. They're not sneaky.
They're so empathetic.
And if they do anything bad, they just look so horrified and guilty that you know,
Yeah.
you know what they did immediately.
I
Their
know.
brain's like Homer Simpson's brain.
No,
The
no,
size of a peanut.
no. I
think it's
like
bigger.
golden retrievers a lot better than Homer Simpson.
There's only one Homer Simpson.
I know. But there's lots of golden retrievers.
Okay, we got another song coming up here. Let's just get it back to where it's supposed to be, which is the beginning. All right. And this is called Way of the Gun, both air and the Holy Plow.
Well, Ma told her son that the way of the gun will lead you down a long, wicked road to hell. And you won't get too far if you don't know right from wrong. You can't drink the water when there's poison in a well. But if you start to run, son, don't forget to raise some. Just one thing that you must understand. Well, the road it has swallowed many who have followed, and it ain't afraid to take another man. Rain coming down the mountain, and the steam is starting to rise. And if you plan to stay, you might not see the light of day. When November blows its wicked winds at night. And that's when I started running with the weight of that gun, and a mama's words like a bullet in my brain. Well, the road it has swallowed many who have followed, and it ain't afraid to take another man. Now the stars fade at dawn, and I keep on keeping on. I'm trying to outrun both sides of the law. And once I'm out of range, I believe I'll change my name, and I'll settle down and make a brand new start. And I'll stake my claim, and I'll stick it till it stays, with the mama's words like a bullet in my brain. And the road it will swallow many who have followed, ain't afraid to take another man. She said the road it will swallow many who have followed, and it ain't afraid to take another man.
Yeah. All right.
I think I see my dad's car.
I think that actually belongs to Kate.
The Mini Cooper way back there.
That belongs to Kate Cadwell.
Who's she?
Rob Howe's girlfriend.
Car analysis.
I know.
We're
Well,
doing-
that's what
we're
we
doing-
do when we're up here in the treetops looking down at the parking lot.
Yeah, looking at the parking
actually-
lot. I mean, what?
A few more cars than I would expect down there. The law school's out for the year.
Yeah, a lot of things are getting done with.
Mm-hmm.
But life is just the same for me.
Me too.
You know, it just goes on and on and on.
Maybe busier.
And on and on
all
and
of a
on.
sudden.
I wanted to talk about. Wait, Ira, did you have
What?
something to say?
What,
Go
Ira?
ahead. Say hi if you want.
School's out for the summer too.
How does that feel?
Good.
Boy, I bet so. I just always remember that feeling of what that because I used to walk to school, and that feeling of liberation, just how great you had a spring in your step, that, you know, walking
Yeah,
home,
I'm
that
excited
last day
too.
of school. It was so great.
We had the
But,
picnic with a slip and slide and cotton candy and ice cream sandwiches and everything yesterday. And I had to go straight from work and then go back to work after the picnic. So I was wearing my costume, my Victorian lady costume. And most of the kids don't even notice that anymore because I just dress this way so much that
Yeah.
they don't
That's great.
notice.
It's
But the
diversity.
kindergartners have never seen me like that, so they're all like, "What?"
Well, this is
wrong with
Vermont diversity,
Yeah.
since we can't really have racial diversity as much
Right.
as other
We
places.
just have,
we have clothing, costume diversity.
Time diversity.
We're different costumes, but you're so lucky, to have little kids. It's humiliating to have older children, and I'll
It's
tell
kind
you.
of humiliating to have little ones.
Well,
too.
I'll tell you. Like, here's an example. Just this week, I was so humiliated because I had to ask my adult children to follow me on Spotify,
Oh.
and I know they don't even listen to my music, But
No,
I'm-
that's not a kid thing. That's a family thing. My family doesn't listen to anything I do either. Nah.
yeah, it's just
I'm
weird.
listening.
I know you're
Yeah,
listening. You're
you guys
captive
see,
right
'cause
now. You have to.
You're of the kind of size that would maybe hang out and do some fun stuff with your mom. Because I don't know. I think
Eli's on the end of. Eli's going off to camp this weekend. He's never been away. It's so sad.
He's
Yeah.
been away.
No, I don't mean like he's never been away. They go to visit their dad and stuff, but like he's never been away like
right.
with strangers for a week.
Yeah.
It's just
I went through that with
so
Wilder.
weird.
He went to different camps. He went to Howe. He went to Farm and Wilderness.
All kids should go to Farm and Wilderness.
If you can. They used to have a shorter program. We tried to get the shortest one because it's so expensive.
I know.
We did Salt Ash Mountain.
Well, Eli's going to conservation camp, which is only a week.
That's
so.
fine, and that's affordable. That
It is
one's
affordable.
We
We all went as kids, and we always had a scholarship when I was a kid because my grandfather was president of the Fish and Game, and my dad had been a hunter safety instructor for like 40 years or something. So we always had scholarships, but I didn't even bother to apply for a scholarship. Now it was so cheap.
Can I tell everyone our phone number so when
No,
I say
no, no.
whoever's listening,
How about-
call this number?
Well, yeah. Could you?
Now?
Can you change it a little bit and then say it?
Can I?
Okay.
No, wait, that's what you do on bathroom walls when you're like,
I'm
for a
gonna-
good time, and then you put a different, like a number of somebody you don't
Can
like.
I?
Yeah, let him
No,
do
you
it.
can't.
Yeah, do it.
Whose
Just-
number? Here, whisper to me. Whose number do you think you're gonna?
It's funny how phone numbers are kind of
No,
personal.
he's trying to play a trick on somebody.
All right, we're not gonna play any tricks, I guess. I mean, it'd be fun to play tricks, but we're not allowed to.
Anyway, I don't want anyone to call me.
Whoever's listening
Nah,
that knows
nah.
our phone number, call our phone number.
Yeah, there
No,
you go.
we're not
That
even.
knows us.
because you'll get a great.
But we're not even home,
You'll-
and I have phone phobia. I'm not answering that phone.
Yeah, but you'll get a great phone message.
Is that what you want?
And maybe give Royalton, what's this place called?
Radio.
Royalton Community Radio.
Give it a few dollars.
Oh, that's
Hey,
nice.
future DJs of America.
Yeah.
Future DJs of Royalton Community Radio.
You
Ira,
need your own
thanks.
show. You want
We're
your own
s-
show?
Emily, we're supposed to say stuff like that.
Give
We're
us a
supposed to-
few dollars. We're supposed
Yeah,
to say
give us
that.
a few dollars, please. Donate to the station. It's volunteer run.
It is.
But could I?
shockingly,
I
can
just
you imagine if someone paid us to do this?
Say a dirty joke.
No, you cannot say a dirty joke. Why do you even know a dirty
A
joke?
horse got in mud. Like a dirt joke.
A dirt joke?
a dirt
A
joke.
dirty joke.
Yeah, like gardening jokes. Those are funny.
Are there even any gardening jokes?
I don't know. I never really went there. I've got a music joke or two, but you've heard them all before. Everybody who's ever listened to the show knows my 3 jokes, but
John had to look up cancer jokes while he was doing this documentary with this kid on childhood cancer.
you do what you have to do.
I know. Some of them were kind of funny. What was the joke we just heard? Oh, you weren't there, Ira. It was Eli.
What joke?
Oh, this is knock knock.
Who's there?
Not your white blood cells. Sorry. I don't know. I didn't get it until they explained, oh, when you have cancer, like it eats away your white blood cells.
Should be knock knock. Who's there? Not your brain.
Yeah, that would be better.
Let's
I was like, why would there be jokes about it? But I mean, I get it, but
I don't know. That's the kind of thing.
we
Like
told poop jokes
it's
too.
like
That was
like-
easier to laugh at.
it's sort of like the whole controversy about saying the N word, and like it's okay if you are of a certain racial background to use that word, but otherwise, no, it's off limits.
Right.
So I kind of feel like those cancer jokes might fall into that category.
I know,
So
but I didn't find them really. The cancer doctor was telling them.
Oh, there
So
you go.
I don't know.
He's part of that.
Can you quit pulling on my
Can I
cords?
say call this number?
No.
Okay, look, I'm really trying to get back to talk
know.
about Spotify because
You better get back to it quickly because we're distraction nation over here.
I know. We definitely are, and sometimes I like to talk about stuff that some people wouldn't really know about Spotify, and some people would.
Spotify is very cool.
Do you know what it is?
It's like an internet radio thing, like Pandora, but not exactly. Is that right? That you can subscribe to and
Yeah, but you
like
don't.
a radio.
Yeah, you could. There's a free level where you don't have to pay anything, and you can create playlists, and you can listen to music for free. Yeah,
Right.
And then there's other levels where you get to avoid advertising, and I'm sure there's other,
Right.
perks and so on. But the very interesting thing that I discovered as an artist is that you have to claim yourself on Spotify as an artist, and I didn't know that. I've been on Spotify as an artist, but not as myself.
I don't understand.
Okay, here's what happens is your distributor, in my case CD Baby, has been distributing my music digitally to Spotify for years. Okay, so it's there. But I didn't know that I had to go to Spotify and verify myself that I am who I am.
Oh.
And I had to claim myself
So
on
it hasn't
Spotify.
been like as widely. Is that why it hasn't been?
That's part of it. Part of it is that I didn't realize there was this whole other step where you have to prove to them that you are who you are to unify your user profile with your artist profile.
This
so
is
you actually
complicated. It
end
sounds
up,
like everything I ever do online.
well, I know you just realize how stupid you continue to be about everything.
You're less stupid than most people.
Well, it's hard to keep up with it,
I don't.
but I have.
It's like Dr. Seuss when they say a person's a person no matter how small.
Oh my gosh, that is so true.
I don't get your connection there.
I love that connection. I think it's really exactly
That's from
to
Horton
the
Hears a
point.
Who.
Yeah,
That's
because
Dr.
I
Seuss.
I know
am
it's Dr.
basically a
Seuss.
small person. I am a small person, but I'm trying to make myself bigger, and so
I know how you feel.
oh God, I'm so glad. I feel supported.
You're a very small person, I guess.
And after being humiliated by my own children, this is just like a breath of fresh air. There's hope for me. I can be bigger than I truly am.
Are you gonna humiliate me when you get older?
If I do get older.
If you do get older, you're going to get
Well,
older.
taller.
Taller. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure you're gonna grow.
But moms
I
don't
don't
get
think you're
older.
stuck this size
Only
forever.
kids get older.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Moms don't
stay.
age.
I'm gonna stay 20.
I'm the shortest in my class, and some people are younger than me.
Barely.
Wow.
You're mostly the youngest in your class.
No. No.
Yeah.
No. I'm not the youngest.
Well, you're really close to being the youngest, and the people who are slightly younger than you have parents who are like giants,
Hey.
and that's why.
Guys, people, don't
What?
argue. Don't argue on the radio. We don't care who's like youngest.
Oh my god! I yesterday at the museum, the like septic alarm was like "Rah, rah," going off. So I freak out and call the septic company people.
Uh-huh.
And some guy comes, a septic guy who's like 18 years old or something, and
What if he's listening?
he's not. And then, like, he's totally arguing with me the whole time about stuff. Like, I don't know where all the septic stuff is. I'm not the buildings and grounds
He
people.
probably went to Harvard.
No, I don't think he did.
Man,
Anyway,
Ira, you got some good things to say today. And if he
don't encourage him.
if he is listening, I think it's a good thing because if he's listening, let's send out all this love to him.
Well, I felt very like he wanted me to be able to help him with the septic issue, but I called him because he needed to fix the septic.
You thought he'd be the expert,
Yeah.
and he thought you were
Yeah.
you were
He's like,
withhold-
where's the control box?
He
And
was-
I'm like, I don't know. Don't you know? You're the guys who
So-
made this septic
You
system.
should have went to Harvard.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if
'Cause
that would give me
you were just acting like
leg up on
a
the-
dumb broad.
I know. I searched for the septic. I found
Look,
I found the box that shut the alarm off, but there's no. I don't know.
you're gonna have to just get
There's
get
like
over
always
it.
a septic crisis over there. You know,
Sorry.
it's just
Sorry.
It's very it's poopy.
It's been weighing on you
I know. Anyway,
because
all right.
we can't fix everything.
I just don't understand why there's a septic crisis all the time. No one comes to that museum. Nobody's pooping in those toilets.
Any given day, there's the whole bunch of things that are broken on any given day. You give me a day, I'm going to find some things that are broken, and they're not going to get
all
fixed.
mostly at my house.
They're not going to get fixed today.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so just like, are we gonna wreck the day because we can't get everything fixed today? No, we've got to learn to live more in the moment and just kind of. I mean, I'm preaching to myself primarily because I'd like to be a happier person.
You're pretty happy.
I'm always happy.
See
well,
that?
Not always.
Well, like what might make you not happy?
My brother.
Okay. That does happen.
Brothers can make you happy, though, too.
Well, sometimes, but sometimes they just beat me up.
Yeah, there you go.
Kristina had brothers.
Yeah, they beat me up, sort of.
I thought they just ignored you.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Psychologically, I don't ever remember getting attacked physically.
Yeah, would you rather your brothers beat you up or ignore you? Like, which is worse?
Well,
ignore me is better.
You want to be ignored?
I'd rather. Well, I don't know if I'd like to be beaten up. I would like to have a chance to like beat my brother up, maybe.
I had a lot of chances.
Yeah, but
I did.
Well, you know what my brother used to do? My brother used to always beat me at board games, and that upset me.
That is upsetting.
You know, every time we played Risk, but finally I got better at Scrabble.
Ha!
Because I'm good with words.
English major.
Yeah. So, anyway.
Ira scores on Scrabble with the word poop pretty regularly.
Yeah, I would even lose tic-tac-toe all the time. Tic-tac-toe. You know, how do you lose that all the time? I just don't know. There's no technique involved.
No, it just gets whoever goes first gets the advantage, I think.
No, you have to go on one side, sir. You just go on one side.
Okay.
No, you want the middle.
No, you don't want the middle because if you go on one side, they don't know what you're doing. Then you can put X's everywhere.
I think it's way more complicated than we have time to discuss today, but we'll get back into that the next time you come. Some strategies for tic-tac-toe.
Okay.
But we're going to end on a track of music. Thanks for listening to 11th Hour Radio on Royalton Community Radio.
Stealing my headphones.
WFVR 96.5. And we'll be back next week.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, people in my class.
Your class is not listening.
Forgiveness. You've said that many times. What have you lost here? What do you hope to find? Is lifted up, where the moon she rise, where the tears no longer hide, and they fill your eyes, where 1,000 tales and prayers like smoke have reached the sky. Will you still require forgiveness? You've said that many ways. In the confusion of our nights,
and the bright light of our days. When you feel your body fall, when there's nothing left to fight, when there's no one to be spared, and no one to set things right, when the only one who's true is the spirit of your life, will you still require forgiveness? I see where you have been, where the golden sweet grass grows on the highways of the wind. Let me bring you to our life. You can lay your burden down. There's no need to carry on. We can lie here on the ground. Only sky and clouds and sun, and the earth beneath our backs, and the love that we have shared. Isn't that